PG and Limerick footballer. Cian, obviously a very tough league campaign. How have things gone since the end of the league?
It's been good. We tried out a lot of things didn't really work. So we're trying to go back to the basics and try and build from there. We have a couple of weeks now to work on a few small things that we think will have a big impact.
We'll obviously keep a keen eye on Clare and Cork this weekend.
Well, yeah, looking forward to seeing the game now and see what the two teams bring to it.
From your own point of view, form-wise, league, like you obviously had a great year last year, ended up in an All-Star nomination. Kind of dovetailed between wing-back, midfield, half-forward. It's been fairly varied this year.
Yeah, I've played in a lot of positions. I suppose it's kind of hard when things aren't going so well, like you're kind of moving around and doing your best. I suppose I'm being caught in between doing what's best for the team or what's best for yourself. So it's been an interesting few games.
I suppose psychologically, how hard or difficult is it to park a campaign like the league and just kind of, do you forget it, or is it would you take what you, or I suppose if not, what learnings have you taken from it in that short space of time between the turnaround of the two competitions?
Yeah, it's a good question. I suppose you can't forget it. The best thing you can do is probably just draw a line in the sand and move on. We had the weekend off there just to try and forget about everything. We went back together there earlier on in the week. We put together a few ideas of what are the key learnings from it and what can we do between now and the next game just to improve.
How important is that Munster semi-final given the way the structures work now and in terms of your league relegation?
It's huge. For us, it's our only way into the All-Ireland series. So for that, just on its own, it's a massive game.
What's your view of the Tailteann Cup? I know you weren't involved last year, but just looking in from the outside, is it something you'd embrace if you're in it, or just what's your general view of it?
Personally, I think it's great competition because in the past, let's say smaller teams like ourselves hadn't the opportunity to bridge the gap that the bigger teams, they were playing more games at a higher standard, which was only making that gap bigger and bigger. So now with the Tailteann Cup, you at least have an opportunity to build on what might have been a disappointing year at the start and come out of it on the better side of it.
But you obviously want to be in the...
Of course, everyone wants to be in the All-Ireland series, but I have no problem playing the Tailteann Cup.
No.
I look forward to playing that as well if I have to.
Would it, in the back of your mind, not worry you, but the scenario of Limerick, for all the progress you've made in recent years, a summer in the Tailteann Cup followed by a spring in the Division 3, that you might be taking a backward step in terms of the opposition you're exposed to? No disrespect to any of that opposition.
Yeah, it's no disrespect to any of them, but what you said is completely right. It is a step backwards. Last year we were in the All-Ireland series, we got promoted from 3 to 2. The flip side now, we got demoted from 2 to 3. We have taken a step back, but the season's not over yet. We still have an opportunity to right some of those wrongs. So I'm looking forward to having a go at that.
Was it a disruptive spring, Cian, as much as you can tell me in terms of the managerial change?
Yeah, there's the last things went on, there's big change with Billy and his staff leaving. Things aren't always going to work out smoothly. I think we're doing very well now just to kind of do our best now. We have 2 or 3 weeks to kind of right a lot of things that we did wrong. There was a lot of games there we left behind us, and I think a couple of small tweaks could really improve, let's say, our form and our results, hopefully.
Was it disruptive having a change of manager, whatever it was, from round 5 or round 6 of the league, when you're in the middle of your season? I
wouldn't say it was disruptive. Mark was very well known to us. He was our head coach, so it was fairly seamless in that regard. He knows the players very well, and he's a great man. So.
And just finally for me, something I'm not sure you might have come across it tonight. Sean Cavan at the weekend after, I think the night of the Kildare game, said you put a target on your backs. Do you think you have? He was saying in terms of look, a manager leaving and then the results don't go your way, you get relegated. More people will focus in on how Limerick are doing because of what happened in the spring. Do you think you put a target on your back?
Well, I suppose we've put a spotlight on us, but if we did or we didn't, we still have to perform. We were still looking into relegation. We had to get results the last few games. We were very close against me and Kildare to actually turn around. It didn't happen, but it is what it is. It was Division 2. You're playing a bigger opposition. There's more people watching the games. You have more of a media presence. It's going to happen. So, did we put an additional spotlight? Yes, but has it bearing on the camp? I don't believe so.
Thanks very much.
You mentioned there that you want to go back to training and a few tweaks from the league. Would you rather actually be playing in a quarter final now and have a serious competitive game, or you prefer to be in the training block now ahead of that semi-final? Which would be your preference as a player?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think in our scenario that we're sitting in now, I think it's better to have a longer break because there's a lot of things we need to kind of tweak. They're small things, but I think they're all repetition. Whereas in previous seasons, I would have said I prefer to go into quarter final, try and build some momentum, because football is a huge momentum game.
And obviously, hopefully, we hope maybe the weather gets a bit better. Obviously, as we go on, would you feel that suits your style of play to have a drier pitches?
Definitely. Like we're a running team. We were trying a lot of different things in the league campaign this year. It probably didn't work out for the better, so we'll likely go back to basics. And a lot of that, the better the weather, generally suits us in the past. So we'll see.
I presume you don't have a preference who you face in that semi-final?
No, whoever we face is going to be extremely tough. So to us, it doesn't really matter. They're both two very good teams with good management structure behind them.
I suppose in the Munster Championship, obviously everyone will say Kerry is way ahead of everybody at this stage. But looking at some of the matches over the last few years, when Cork beat Kerry a few years ago, then Clare beat them, and Tipperary and other teams have shown in time, a lot of it comes down to on the day. And is that the way you'd be looking upon it?
Definitely, yeah. Like, listen, it's no secret Kerry are the best team in Munster. But on the day, anything can happen, and as you alluded to there, it has been done in the past. So you'll always have that belief in the back of your